Hello, everybody. David Clues here. I hope you're all well. I just wanted to make this video. It's going to be a short video. It could go on for hours, to be honest with you, but to highlight the fact that the Jeffrey Epstein scandal and everything that's going on with that doesn't just happen in a bubble. Okay, this has been a problem in this country for a very, very, very long time. Not only Britain, but around the world. But I think Britain is a very unique case in the sense that paedophilia and utter debauchery at the heart of the British establishment has been a key aspect of that. And it's been going on a very, 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 very long time. A lot of deeply compromised individuals. And I want to start, of course, with this individual here, Ted Heath, a very, very, very suspicious individual. Now, clearly, Ted Heath was taking young boys onto these boats and murdering them. Everybody knew this, yet they covered it up. Look, this was a whip in Ted Heath's office at the time.
Who was in trouble would come to the whips and tell them the truth and say, no, I'm in a jam. Can you help? It might be debt. It might be scandal involving small boys or any kind of scandal which a member seemed likely to be mixed up in. They'd come and ask if we could help. And if we could, we did. And we would do everything we can because we would store up brownie points. That sounds a pretty nasty reason, but it's one of the reasons. Is if we can get a chap out of trouble, then he'll do as we ask forevermore.
So there you go, blackmail, a story as old as time, a really, really, really disgusting figure, Mountbatten, the last viceroy of India, whose wife was having an affair with Nehru at the time. Mountbatten, accused of all sorts of disgusting debauchery when he was in India along with his family, murder of young children. These suspicions have always been around Mountbatten for a very, very, very long time. He was a close confidant of the now king, excuse me, King Charles. This is another key thing that people don't know about Kincora, the Kincora Boys' Home in Belfast. That they were taken to Mountbatten's home in Sligo, where he sexually abused them. There was a number of people used that boys' home as well, a number of politicians, including Cyril Smith, that we'll go on to talk about slightly later. See, people have a very short memory nowadays because of the way things work. They forget about the decades of this going on. Now, there's a lot of questions around the assassination of Mountbatten, but my investigations into it, it happened at the same time as the Warren Point ambush, was that Mountbatten was not killed by the IRA as suggested, but rather Mountbatten was bumped off by the British security services because of his behaviour. That's not a defence of the British security services, but it really did get so bad that they had to do something about them because they used a gel-ignite remote control bomb, which really the IRA didn't have the technology for at the time. Some people might disagree with me on that, but that's my understanding. And then, of course, the demon himself, Jimmy Savile, Sir Jimmy Savile, at the highest levels of the British establishment, Thatcher, all of these people, initiatives to help children when in fact it was just to abuse them. Let's not forget, like Childline, I remember as well, Esther Ransom, which was actually a tip-off line for paedophiles. They set that up. Hugh Edwards, the man that presented the news, the public face of Britain for decades, nonce. And again, we only got a brief glimpse of what really went on there. There's Andrew there, of course. Everything with Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein. People also forget about Dolphin Square in Pimlico, southwest London, where a number of boys were abused by senior politicians. And then there was never really any action taken against these people. Cyril Smith, a disgusting, repugnant individual, where no action was taken against him. There was no inquest into him either. It only came out when he died. David Steele, who pushed the abortion bill, covered up for Cyril Smith. he knew all about them. So again, this is decades and decades of people at the highest level of the British establishment. Leon Britton's widow says no closure from false abuse claims after case dropped. I don't believe that. Leon Britton was another very, very, very dodgy individual involved in some disgusting stuff. And let me show you another absolutely disgusting individual, Greville Janner, Lord Janner, the Labour MP, clearly a paedophile, clearly a child abuser, involved in all sorts of disgusting things. He got away with it. Another thing that really you could do a whole video on is the Dunblane shooting, the individual Thomas Hamilton, his links at the time with the Home Secretary, the Scotland Secretary, Michael Forsyth, his links with Gordon Brown. Very, 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 very dodgy stuff. Remember the Haute de la Garenne as well. Murder suspicion proved it to be a false alarm. No, it wasn't. That was another care home where children were being taken and being abused. And as I say, there is a disgust at the heart of everything. And I just want to segue slightly over to the US, where paedophilia has been rampant for decades, also used in Hollywood. Think of Harvey Weinstein. Think of Roman Polanski as well. People don't know the truth about Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski was involved in the murder of Sharon Tate, his wife at the time, and their unborn child. It was a satanic killing. Please look into that. Quentin Tarantino said nothing wrong with it. 13-year-old girl, she knew what she was doing.
Were you happy when Roman Polanski won the Oscar?
Yeah, that was pretty cool, actually, yeah.
What's so great about a rapist being the recipient of Hollywood's highest honor?
I don't consider him a rapist.
Right, that's the one. How can you defend? See, I don't understand this. How come Hollywood embraces this madman, this director who raped a 13-year-old?
He didn't rape a 13-year-old. It was statutory rape.
Yeah, all right.
Well, that's not quite the same thing. All right?
Come on.
Enough said.
And they laugh about it as well. We only get the tip of the iceberg. A trapdoor was found at Jeffrey Epstein's home in the Caribbean. Richard Branson, an island next door to him. Howard Lutnick, island right next door to them as well. All these people. I'm going to play a clip for you now to end this. Just a warning if you don't like a lot of images, but this really sums it all up. The grasp for power, the way things the people are prepared to do. Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, David Cameron, Boris Johnson, the entire thing, the entire system is degenerate and corrupt, disgusting. They blackmail each other. They use paedophilia. They will stop at nothing. They will stop at nothing to get where they need to be and do what they need to do for power. It really is sickening. Thank you for watching, and we'll keep trying to get the truth out there.
Feel like there's been a change to think maybe we have to, compromise on principle. There has to be a relentless pursuit for power. Is that fair?
No, that's not quite how it was.